So do you blush easily like me? Could be a sign that you're trustworthy, and I didn't just throw myself in for that part of it. Researchers at UC Berkeley report people who blush or even stutter when they're embarrassed are less likely to cheat on their mates than those who don't. But what if you're red all the time? We found one solution.
I love the sun.
But with her Celtic background, all that sunshine over the years has taken a toll on Catherine Carroll's skin. Even in winter,
When I don't wear makeup, people always tell me, you're really sunburned.
a closer look reveals that what appears to be overall redness is really just an accumulation of spider web-like veins. In people with light skin,
The sun actually weakens blood vessels superficially in your skin and causes them to dilate and become more noticeable.
one remedy, the Iriderm laser.
This laser targets blood, or targets red, the color red.
Treatments last about 30 minutes and are usually spaced about 4 to 6 weeks apart.
That looks great.
The number of sessions needed varies depending on how many dilated blood vessels you have. Catherine's clear about her goal.
To have them disappear.
And there she is, Dr. Sandra Lee. She brings
Sandra.
all sorts of show and tell items for us. Dr. Lee, I thought that rosacea was something, and I know we're talking about all kinds of redness, but I thought rosacea was something that you just had to live with, and you could maybe cover up a little bit, which is one of your products, I know.
Yeah, well, I mean, parts of it you sort of have to live with because redness is really hard to treat. But there are acne forms, you know, where you get bumps or even like the thickening. Sometimes people know W.C. Fields. He had the rhinophyma, the thickening. That's also part of rosacea too. And those things are treatable. So there are medications that can help to improve those. But redness is more difficult.
You know, I was telling these guys that my fiance, Charlie, he has rosacea. He's going to kill me. He has rosacea. And when I met him, I thought, this guy drinks a lot. I can't go out with this guy. He drinks. But it wasn't that at all. You know, it's this rosacea. And he's in line to get this laser.
Yeah, and certainly you see it more in lighter complected people of Celtic origin, you know, and it seems to be exacerbated by the sun, by all the fun stuff, caffeine, red wine, chocolate, exercise, all of the things that we like to do and we enjoy.
Why couldn't I get a little Lebanese in me, but you're the one who got it.
Yeah, my skin's fine. No, but I get the acne marks, you know.
We have our own issues, our dark.
That's right. That's right.
But we have things that you can do.
Yeah, so for the people who don't need the laser, but let's say they just want another method.
And this all has to do with the color wheel. If you see, artists know that in the color wheel, contrasting the colors on the opposite side of the wheel actually cancel each other out. So green, if you wear a green foundation or you wear something that's green, it will cancel out red. And you can see this really nice with if you mix paint together, you can actually see it turns like a nice flesh color.
It's like art school.
So yeah, but it actually cancels each other out. So there's actually
foundation.
Yes, right. So there's so many products in the market. The ones I particularly like are moisturizers that have sunscreens in them, and they all have a green tint, and so they help to offset the red.
And it doesn't make you look like you're a Martian.
Oh,
because somebody gave.
Men should wear. Don't be afraid to wear makeup if you're a man.
You're talking to a guy who's sitting on
He wears sunscreen, and it has a green tint to it.
And this Metro gel?
Yes. That is a prescription
My doctor gave me that, and
that can help. It doesn't help so much with redness. It helps more with the acne bumps or other kind of problems with rosacea. And this is also a wash that you can use. A sodium sulfacetamide wash is a very common wash that we use to prescribe for people with rosacea.
Now that's a prescription, right? I was given that.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you do with that wash, and how long does it take to get rid of or help the rosacea or whatever it might be?
I mean, it could work right away. It's certainly, but I mean, it depends on the person. It depends on how bad your rosacea is, and it depends on how much of it has to do with redness. Again,
how do you even know it's rosacea? A lot of people spend years thinking it's acne.
Well, it just comes inexplicably. And even if I've never had an acne problem, but all of a sudden I got this redness.
Yeah, it's tough because a lot of dermatologists believe that it runs along a continuum. I mean, acne is very related to rosacea too.
We're covering you up there. Go ahead.
You know, and just like eczema is kind of used just generically, rosacea tends to be used generically for redness, but it's not always rosacea.
Okay.
If you flush, that does not mean that you have rosacea. It might mean you're not a good poker player because you can show your cards.
By the way, your skin looks good.
Oh, thanks.
Whatever you are doing, I don't see it.
So you're not embarrassed right now. So
no, I'm not.
You know that.
I'm trying to embarrass you, though. Your skin looks gorgeous. It's so smooth and milky white. I'm trying to get you.
Yes.
Yeah, I do. I get all red. All right. Dr. Sandra Lee, thank you very much.
Thanks, Sandra.
Thank you.
All right, coming up, we're going to be